Stamford Bridge was not a happy place after Chelsea's insipid defeat by Southampton. There was no holding back. Loud boos greeted the final whistle and the mood near the dugout was ugly. A fair few fans were bellowing abuse at Graham Potter, and the worry for Chelsea's head coach, who has been in the job only since September, will be that he has already lost the crowd. Chelsea supporters love Thomas Tuchel and many do not see Potter as an upgrade on the German. There is talk of giving the former Brighton manager time to build, but he is not doing a good job of winning over the skeptics. Chelsea are 10th after winning 2 of their past 14 games, and there was no excuse for losing at home to the league's worst side. Potter rested too many players and it will be tough to win the crowd back now. Chelsea were nowhere near their top level. January's big spenders, drifting in 10th place after winning 2 of their past 14 games, got what they deserved for picking a team that would have been more suitable for the early rounds of the Carabao Cup. There was no cohesion, only a performance to test the insistence that Chelsea are building under Potter. The crowd's anger at full time felt ominous. The boos were loud, Potter copying much of the abuse. Several fans near the tunnel called for him to quit, and despite all the calls for patience, he is not making the most of his deep, expensive squad. After a 1-0 defeat at home, any criticism is understandable, he said. We've had a tough period and are integrating a lot of young players. A lot of people will say I'm the problem, and I'm not saying that their opinion is not worth articulating. My job is to work. Chelsea, who rested Thiago Silva, Reece James, Marc Cucurella, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Hakim Ziyech, had the wrong attitude. Potter made 6 changes after losing to Borussia Dortmund, and the result was a messy start, with the absence of Silva and James unsettling the defense. Southampton were hungrier, Sells delivering a constant barrage of instructions from the touchline, and there was a hint of what lay in store in the 3rd minute, a chance arriving when Kamaldeen Sulemana seized on Benoit Badiashile's error and forced Kepa Arrizabalaga to intervene. Chelsea, who were relieved Cesar Azpilicueta had regained consciousness after going off with a nasty head injury, were disorganized. Arrizabalaga saved from Sulemana and Kalidou Koulibaly cleared the rebound from Stuart Armstrong. Southampton clearly fancied their chances. Romeo Lavia and Ward-Prowse, who would cross for Paul Onuachu to head wide, offered dynamism in midfield. With Enzo Fernandez and Mateo Kovacic overrun in midfield, Chelsea could not find João Felix. Nothing worked. Noni Madueke tested Gavin Bazunu, but was quiet on the right. Mason Mount struggled. Worn down by Southampton's pressing, Chelsea were slow to the loose balls. Koulibaly could have been sent off for catching Onuachu, and David Datro Fofana, a raw 20-year-old making his first start since joining from Molde last month, never looked capable of shaking off Jan Bednarik and Armel Belakacap. What must Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang make of being overlooked again? Chelsea plodded on without Aubameyang, creating nothing, asking for trouble. Southampton gained belief, and, just as the board went up to show 4 added minutes, they won a free kick when Azpilicueta fouled Armstrong. The ball was 25 yards out, slightly to the left, made for Ward-Prowse. Arrizabalaga knew what to expect. The goalkeeper was still left grasping thin air when Ward-Prowse whipped the free kick into the bottom right corner. Potter responded, Wesley Fofana and Raheem Sterling on for Koulibaly and Datro Fofana at halftime. Chelsea soon threw more millions off the bench, introducing Kai Havertz and Michailo Mudryk for Mount and Madueke. Havertz combined with Sterling. An equalizer looked certain until Ainsley Maitland-Niles blocked Sterling's low drive. Southampton defended brilliantly. With 20 minutes left, Felix crossed for Sterling, whose header was hooked off the line by Romain Perraud. Chelsea had 12 minutes of added time after Sekou Mara, attempting a bicycle kick, almost took Azpilicueta's head off. Conor Gallagher tested Bazunu, but Southampton remained defiant. They can suddenly spy a route to safety. Are Chelsea going to win again with Potter as coach?